You're listening to the Tiny Vet Podcast with me, Dr. Nicole Sue, and my he's getting ready. He's just gonna do it.
Hello, I'm Jez Watts. Nicole once stole a gardener's rabbit, and her mother backed her up.
I was 10. It was a genuine accident.
And her mother told the gardener to go away. Now the rabbit is her daughter's.
That's a wild mistelling.
That's what she told me happened.
One of my childhood stories that my mother erroneously told Jez.
No, she told me factually. But what's the topic today?
Big dogs equals big arthritis.
Sure.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Big joints.
Yeah. It's really bad. Mm-hmm. And when I say big, I mean like Great Danes, Saint Bernards, like enormous hunguses of dogs. And we bred them to be that size.
Right.
And so their skeletal systems are pretty much just pushed to the brink of what's biologically possible.
Yeah, I guess like they're literally as big as they could possibly be.
Yeah.
Because I think that's true in humans as well. Like if you're a very tall person, you'll have joint problems, you'll have heart problems. You know, it's like we're sort of supposed to be a bit smaller.
Higher risk of bone cancer.
Whatever the average is what every species is supposed to be, right?
Yeah. So it's just kind of you're just getting closer to that limit of what's possible, like biologically and physiologically and stuff like that. And it's something where owners of big dogs, you really need to be super proactive. And what I normally tell people when they say, "Oh, I got a Rottweiler puppy, I got a Great Dane puppy," it's never too early to start joint support.
Okay.
Even if they're a year old and you're going, he's definitely not, sore or anything like that. Yes, but we know he's gonna.
Right.
So the earlier you start a lot of these measures, the better it is.
Are they expensive? How much are supplements?
Yeah, so some of them are.
Well, that sucks.
Yes, and because they're big, you got to give them a lot of it.
Well, that also sucks.
Yeah, it does. So
if you get a big dog, you got to spend a bunch of money.
My God.
Early and often.
Ongoing.
Forever.
Like so for some whatever reason, I don't know the manufacturing process of it, but it must be complicated.
Right.
Vitamin K is so expensive.
What is vitamin K?
So it's a vitamin that is important in the clotting cascade.
Okay.
Do you remember the clotting cascade?
Vaguely. It's been a long time.
Yeah. So anyway, it's the antidote for a lot of rat poisons.
Oh, okay.
And whenever I see a big dog come in for like rat bait toxicity, I'm going, oh my God, you're spending like $2,000 just on vitamin K alone because they need so much of it.
Right. Because it's like a per weight thing.
Yeah, it's per kilo. It's dose per kilogram. So they just need enormous amounts of it. And it's so insane.
Do big dogs weigh like the same as like a person?
Can do, yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs can get up to like, say, 70, 80 kilograms. Some larger breeds of dogs, so let's say like Newfoundlands, Saint Bernards, they can go about 50 kilos as well. There are some breeds that get really big. And that's the thing where good food and good supplements, they are just expensive.
Right.
And I kind of was reminded of that, so I'm formulating a joint supplement for small herbivores or rabbits. And pretty much what I did with it is I took everything with good evidence behind it and I stuck it in the same bottle.
Right.
And then when I reached out to the manufacturer, the cost was incredible.
Right.
I just couldn't believe it.
It's like a lot more than other medications.
So this is everything that we know works.
Right.
In one bottle. $90 for 60 mils.
For wholesale?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right. So that's the thing. These things are just expensive from the ground up.
Yeah, just expensive to make.
As well. And yes, there are other options as well that are less expensive. So fish oils, more traditional options.
Cutting off legs.
No.
Yeah, less legs, less joints. More mobility. You just roll that dog.
No.
You cut off all the 4 legs and then and then put it on a little cart and then give it like a bark activated mechanism for automated transit.
Hey guys, remember that episode when I said not to just trust random people? They give you advice online.
I'm just saying think outside the box.
What an amazing example. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling me amazing.
And it's something as well where this thing I don't understand. Someone will come in with a limping dog and they go, he's limping on whatever foot. And you go, oh, okay, well, let's do this and this and start pain relief. And then they go, but it's not painful. Then why is he limping?
Maybe he's trying to do like a pimp lean.
No.
Has he got a little cane and a hat and a cape?
But also for big dogs as well, if they're limping.
No, obviously limping is obviously definitely pain.
Yeah, it hurts.
That's the definition of it. Yeah,
it hurts. And also, if they're limping, they only limp on the most painful leg.
Right.
So you can have all 4 legs hurt, but only the most painful one will be the most obvious because all of them hurt anyway.
Yeah, interesting.
So it hurts.
Yeah, sure.
And even if they're still eating, even if they're still happy, it still hurts.
Yeah, okay.
So this is something where you go, oh yes, joint support, whatever, but a lot of owners fail to grasp the be all end all of it, which is the quality of life of their pet.
Right.
It's painful. And this is something that is such a big drain on quality of life when these big dogs get older that yes, it's expensive and yes, it can be difficult, but it is so worth it. And
I guess if you've got the money.
But also, if you don't, then don't buy a dog that's going to mature to 60 kilos.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like,
those things eat so much as well.
Yeah, I guess if you don't want that kind of cost, you have to get a more normal sized dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some people don't think of that.
They
go, I want this really big, cool dog.
Just like part of the cost of a big dog.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, I love big dogs. They're the friggin' best. I'm not sure I'll be able to afford one, like, realistically.
Yeah. Also, it'd be bigger than you.
Yeah. That's the best. They're so good. So much to hug. I love them. The Tiny Vet Podcast is brought to you by Upilio. Sources for our topics can be found at upilio.io. Outro music by Matt Charleston.